Hello, everyone, and welcome to Whim Speaks Live. Today we have an amazing show for you and an amazing guest. Alexi Paraschos is on the show. He is a soul and pop singer-songwriter, a recording artist. He's in the middle of his East Coast Diner tour, which I cannot wait to talk to him about. He released an album, 25/8. This show will be amazing. Stay tuned.
Hey.
Alexi, so here, as your fans, we want to know a little bit more about you, right? So tell us, who is Alexi Paraschos?
Well, like you said in your introduction, I'm a soul and pop singer-songwriter. I've been making music pretty much my whole life since I was a little kid and 6, 7 years old. That's when I was singing. I started playing the guitar when I was around 11 years old, writing music around then. And I moved to Philadelphia. I'm originally from the Boston area, but I moved to Philadelphia about 3 years ago now to really pursue my own music career.
That's so awesome. So I find it interesting that you moved to Philadelphia for music and not New York. Most people choose New York. Why Philly?
I had heard really good things, obviously, for the genres that I'm interested in, and kind of my music is based out of. Philadelphia made a lot of sense, given kind of the soul and R&B legacy here in Philadelphia. So I was really interested. I heard really great things, not just about the music itself, but the music community and the people that make the music here. So I really was interested and felt like this was the place to help take my music to the next level.
I love the Diner Tour. I feel like it's so innovative. Why the Diner Tour? Like, how did you come up with that idea?
Yeah. So since moving to Philadelphia 3 years ago, I began work pretty much right away on my album, which is called 25/8. And that obviously has to do with 24/7, but kind of going above and beyond 24/7. Mm-hmm. You with me, Tia?
All
right. Just making sure everybody. All right. Everybody else. It takes some people.
No, I love the concept.
All right. Yeah. So we were trying to think of a theme to kind of both that fit with an idea for a tour that fit with the theme of the album, but also was a little different and outside the box. That might be something that hadn't been done before. So we landed on this idea of diners, and so we thought people love diner food. People really generally love the ambiance of diners, just that kind of comfort, that feel-good feeling. There's a lot of nostalgia that we thought was tied to diners, and obviously a lot of them are open 24 hours a day, so it fit with the 25/8 theme. So pretty much since January, December, I've been on the phone with diners trying to make it sound as not crazy as possible, that we might be bringing a full band into diners. And so we were lucky to be able to book diners all the way from Boston, 10 diners from Boston all the way down to Atlanta during the month of June, who are graciously welcoming a full band into their establishments.
So how was that experience for you? So what's your next city?
That experience, which one you wanted me to answer?
I want both. How was the experience so far?
The tour experience has been amazing. I thought you were asking about the tour experience, which was less than amazing because a lot of diners were like, "You are crazy," or our diners are too small to bring a full band, So that was not great. But again, like I said, we're lucky to have 10 diners that thought this could be a really cool idea. And so we've had 2 shows already, Boston and New York, last weekend, and it was amazing. We sold out the Boston show. We pretty much packed out the New York show as well. The Boston show, we actually had tickets for sale, so we sold them out. New York didn't have tickets, but we had a full line out the door to get in. Yeah, it was crazy, and the music has been amazing. It's been yeah.
So talk to me about the music. So I heard the album, and I love the intro. A day in the life of. Yeah. Is that really how it is? Yeah. So it's like juggling, work and family and life. Yeah. So that's.
Yeah, well, yes. For folks that haven't heard the intro, it's a little skit that I kind of something that plays on the idea of 25/8. That this is like just kind of a day in my life of what I go through trying to pursue my passion, and so it kind of plays on the idea of me calling up radio stations and getting turned down and trying to balance, having a girlfriend and my job being a choir director, and so all these different things, and how they're all just kind of like spontaneous. I never really have enough time for any one of them, and just a lot of constant, just being pulled in a lot of different directions.
Now, there's a few love songs on the track, right?
Yeah.
I kind of said like self-love and loving others. So I know BU, I saw that video, which is great. How did you come up with that concept behind the BU video?
Yeah. So, again, for those that haven't seen the BU video, I reached out to family and friends. I thought the chorus was kind of catchy, or when I performed it out, people kind of gravitated towards it. So I was like, this would be cool if for the video we actually got people to sing it and showed that as part of the video. So I put out the call to some of my friends, fans, and family to be like, hey, could you just record a little 30-second video of you singing the chorus? And so a bunch of them did, and the video is pretty much them. And a lot of it, which was cool, is parents singing it to their kids, which is the other thing that I want, just to kind of send that message of like, this world, it can change you and tell you to be certain things, or to, you don't look right, you don't sound like, and you're not enough. So all these messages that we get, I think it was really cool to be sending that message to kids, saying, don't worry about anybody yet, just be you.
And talk about messaging, right? Messages, really. Yeah. You have a few tracks, one track in particular where you make kind of like a bold political statement about. So what was the idea behind that?
Yeah, so there are a couple tracks on it that are more, and a lot of my music also kind of comes from a social justice background. I went to Tufts University and majored in American Studies, and so I have a certain passion for that as well. And I think that it's important. Even one of my goals, and maybe even my main goal in pursuing music, is to help make the world a better place and try to use my music as a vehicle to be able to do that. And so one of the tracks is called Caucasialiosis, which is really a play on words that kind of came to me when I was watching an interview with Toni Morrison, who talked about this idea of racism as being a disease. Really, at the end, the people that practice racism are, it's crazy, which it really is. The roots of it are crazy. The people that are practicing it and carrying it on for 400 years, it's crazy. It's not normal. And so Caucasialiosis is just the term that I came up for the disease to call white supremacy. You call it I suffer from Caucasialiosis. And so that track itself really pays homage to those people like Toni Morrison and James Baldwin and Nina Simone, who were important in my own development to limit my own Caucasialiosis and really expand my own worldview and learn from their experiences.
That's great. Now we have some fun questions for you that came in from social media. So let me just pull up my phone here. I'm going to, and listen, I'm not singing. I hope people know I see some song lyrics in here. That's not going to happen.
See about that too.
That's not going to happen. Okay, so what superpower would you choose?
What superpower? I always feel like I get these questions. I feel like when I'm living my life, I always get a bunch of answers, and then when I actually have to answer the question, I always forget what it is. I like the invisibility. I feel like I just like generally, I kind of have boring superpowers. I don't know. Invisibility would be cool.
Okay.
To be able to go around, yeah.
Okay. All right. So what TV show might we catch you watching?
I love... In spite of my music being about like love songs, I really love like the crime, murder dramas, murder mystery shows. So I already scrolled through all the Netflix, all that crime, drama, mystery genre. Those are my.
So are you an ID fan? Isn't that what it's the ID? Oh,
I do, yeah. Do you watch
I don't.
Oh. I like it, but I don't like they do like these. Oh, you don't know it, so I don't know. They do like a sappy. I don't like the reenactments, like the like fake. I like when they just tell the story and there's twists and turns and.
Okay. So, what is a guilty pleasure of yours?
Yeah, again, I feel like I always get answers, and then whenever I have to actually answer the question, I would say a pleasure of mine that I don't feel too guilty about, which I probably should, is. I love ice cream. Huge ice cream fan, and you'll catch me eating a pint a night for a solid 3 to 5 days of the week.
You can eat the Halo Top ice cream. No? You want the real thing?
Yeah, you gotta get.
I have tried it.
Yes, it tastes. I don't. If you love it, I don't want to rain on your parade, but yeah. Just I don't like the flavor of it. You like the flavor of it?
I think the cookie dough is okay. The cookie dough is okay. They're like little tiny specks of cookie dough.
I mean, that's how you feel, and that's, everybody has their opinion. So.
Okay. So one last one, or actually a few more. So let's see if you can figure out which Michael Jackson song this is. So by the time this hit the street, they say she had a breakdown.
By the time this hit the street, she said she had a breakdown? Yep. Can you sing?
No. No. No, you're an award-winning singer. I am not going to sing.
Billie Jean?
Close, but no.
Smooth Criminal? Those were my two guesses.
Now you know that it's not smooth. Well, that could be smooth. I see what you're saying. But no, want to be starting something.
Oh, that's bad.
Okay, how about this one? He'll get this one.
Oh, yeah. I will say, I feel like all of Michael Jackson's songs I love, and you just kind of groove to them. And then when you actually look up the lyrics, you're like,
wait, that's
what?
What he's saying?
You know what I'm saying? You're a vegetable, huh?
Mama saying. Okay, last one. Okay, let's go. You got to get one right. Alexi, you got to get one right. Now I believe in miracles, and a miracle has happened tonight.
Miracle happened tonight. But don't worry about my baby. It don't matter if you're
black or white.
You kind of sang it. All right.
You're fun. You had fun. You must have had fun out there, right? On the tour. It had to be a good time for you.
The Philly show. We're gonna have you come up to sing.
Oh yeah, right. I'll lip sync. How about that? One last question, Alexi.
Yeah.
And this one I know you'll know the answer to. Okay? It's about your combined 70,000 plus Facebook, Instagram, YouTube views, right?
Yeah.
How does it feel? How does it feel to, you came to Philadelphia, right? Do you feel like you're doing what you love to do and you're good at it? Like you're getting all these views, all this recognition, you've won awards. So how does that feel to be you right now?
That's a good question. I mean, it's cool, and I obviously didn't know. It's not like I'm at home keeping track of the number, so I didn't know it was at 70,000. Which is why we keep you around, so you can give that information. I mean, it's cool. It's definitely great. Feels great, but it's always, I won't feel like I've reached it until I reach my overall goals and everything I'm trying to achieve. So as cool as that is, it's not yet where I want to be, and at the same time, I also feel like what's most meaningful to me is opportunities like the tour and just to be able to connect with people. So as cool as the social media numbers are, I think it's much, much more fulfilling for me to actually engage with people one-on-one and, and at a show or hear that they connected to my song in this way or this really touched them like this. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I had fun.
I had fun.
Thank you, Alexi. Catch Alexi somewhere down the East Coast, right? We'll somewhere over. For more information on Alexi, go to alexisongs.com. You can also follow him on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Alexi Songs. This has been Tia Whitfield for Whim Speaks. Until next time, bye.